We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Roll call. Everyone here accounted for. Councilman Cox is on vacation, so he is out tonight. We still have our quorum. Next item would be order of business, approve the agenda. We've all had the opportunity to look the agenda over. Do I hear a motion that we...
The motion we accept, Mr. Mayor.
I have a motion we accept. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Councilor Shaw. Any discussion? No discussion. I want to add Ms. Mandy Harrison onto our visitors presentation for Christmas parade. And I think we need to, city attorney, we can move some stuff up.
Yes, sir. I understand we have
Yes,
a
sir.
timing.
Can we move the unfinished business ahead of the, no, we can do that. Let's move that up. Okay.
Yes.
There's not in our new business. Well, we got one in our new business. We need to change it around a little bit.
2 unfinished. That's 2, 1, 2, 3 actions.
We're going to take action on 3 items tonight. Okay. Any more discussion on the agenda? All in favor? Aye. Aye. All in favor of accepting the agenda as president, raise your right hand. Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. That way our city clerk can see a little bit better here. Next item is approval of the minutes of our previous minutes. That being the September the 18th workshop meeting and the September 19th regular call meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Lawson. To hear a second. Second to Councilman Skeen. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same. It's carried. Thank you. City manager, correct? There's no public hearing?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Visitor presentation. Miss Mandy Harrison. We ask you to keep it to roughly 3 minutes.
I can do that.
Or less.
I can do that too. Well, thank you for letting me speak to y'all this evening. I'm very excited. Tim and I have had some discussion about what we can do to partner up with the city and the chamber and the Downtown Development Authority, and we got excited about the Christmas parade. We used to do a lighted Christmas parade in downtown Darien, and we got excited because we want to bring it back. So we have a community Christmas kickoff that will be the first Sunday in December, which is December 3rd. And to kick that off, we will have a lighted Christmas parade. So we have a planning meeting on October 25th at the Leisure Services Gym at 4 p.m. So any of the merchants downtown or anybody that would like to be involved in this endeavor, please come to that meeting. Or you can call our chamber office at 437-6684. That's all I have.
What day is that? What day is that?
The planning meeting is October 25th.
Mandy, didn't you say last night that you had 8 floats before you
We
started?
do. We have actually 9 committed now. We got an extra one today. 10? We have 10 now. Anybody else? Can I go for 11?
I talked to someone today and they're very excited about that parade coming back.
Good.
So I'll give them a date.
Okay. Awesome. That's all I got.
Any more discussion, comments? Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Thank you.
And I am trying to coordinate with Ms. Hall.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
working it out.
Thank you. Thank you. We talked about that last night. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Next one is Mr. Chris Nayeski. Is that correct? Mr. Chris Nayeski. Okay. That's a neighborhood name rename. Okay. Next one is Ms. Lloyd Flanders, parking on Fort George.
Okay, hope you'll give me a little time for an intro also. And we had a very lively discussion last night, but in case some of you don't know, I'm Lloyd Young Flanders. I'm a native of McDuff County. I have lived on that road for a long time. I was born in Savannah, but came down home when I was 2 weeks old. And then I lived in the present house where I am when I graduated from Darien High School in 1952. So I've been around a right long time. This is a residential neighborhood, and this is my home. And I wish to address the issue of parking that has been raised by the building of a home down the way. Evidently, she had posted on Facebook long ago that she was going to have a bed and breakfast, but they said when she got the permit that she just said a house. Well, I think when they were going to build on the other side of town, they had met with some zoning people or something and run into, I don't know what all that difficulty is, but it does seem to me that they would have gone before a zoning committee before getting another permit. As it was, I got the plans for the house before the zoning committee did, because I had signed up the end of September to get them, and I had them before the first zone planning meeting. And so I got the plans, and sure enough, it is 6 bedrooms, 7 potties, and the thing of it is there was no site plan with this, but I could look at the stakes and strings and tell that this was occupying almost all of a 70-foot lot. They have 10 feet clearance on each side. The width of Fort King George is 100-foot right away, and they are 25 feet 1 inch back from the center line. So that meets the requirements there. But where are they going to park? They cannot possibly drive a car by either side of this building, and she said that they would have parking on the street. She also mentioned last night, and I say this because I love Darien. Darien is my home, and we had about 19 people or so last night here who live on Fort King Beach. And she said, well, at least when she had her place down there, that the cars parked in front of it would be Mercedes and Lexuses. Let me tell you, it may look like an upscale car lot, but it's still going to be a car lot if they've got 8 people parked down there in front of it. And suppose they have a 16-foot boat that comes in with them too. Where are they going to park? This is like spot zoning to put a bed and breakfast, which is commercial, even if they don't have the license yet.
Put it in the 4 minutes now. And
all right.
This is something that we went into deeper in depth last night than we should have, but I wanted to let everybody
well, I want to do
but this is something that we can't do anything about right now.
But I think people should be aware of the situation there.
That's why I asked them to come on Monday nights to workshop, because we got a lot of stuff we got to get done tonight.
All right, so we had a lot of people here last night, and that's the opinion, and I would say probably most of the 19 people who were here, and there is a petition going around.
But we still have to go by what the law says.
Certainly.
Is there any comments?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, the next item, let's hold it down. Let's hold it down. And that's all the visitor presentation, am I correct? Okay. Next item, unfinished business, and this is where we're going to move just a little bit. Let's go to under new business, item D, consider appointment of Harrison Company, LLC, DBA Tanner CPA Group for the city's 2017 audit. I make a motion.
I make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, a motion by Councilman Lawson. Do I hear a second?
I second.
Second by Councilman Skeen. On discussion, city manager, well, I guess city attorney also. What did we decide on the length of the time? Is it something that we have to do annually, or can we do a 3-year?
Actually, I researched the ordinances last night. It does not specify time.
I didn't
It does not
think it did.
specify annually. It's selected by the manager and approved by the mayor and council.
Okay. I know it did about the legal organ and the bank and the finance, but I didn't think it
This
did
does
about
not
that.
have a time.
Nobody asked, but my preference would be the 3-year
3 years, what I would.
contract, you get used to your auditor, et cetera, the format for the reports, and the date is not unusual to them after the first year.
Okay. Ben, we made a motion and didn't have a time limit on it, city attorney, do we need to do amendment to his motion to do a 3-year, if everybody's in agreement with it?
No, sir, I think the way the ordinance reads, he selects the auditor, mayor and council approves it, and then I believe he enters into the contract
Okay.
after you've approved the choice.
Okay.
That would be a function of the manager to negotiate that.
Okay. Any more comments or questions? So we vote on tonight, we're voting on it for
Yes, sir.
3-year term.
You would vote on him to enter the contract.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, then we can do it, I got you. Okay, any more comments, discussion?
Only discussion, I'll be brief with it. We have some experience with this auditor last year, so we're not really scouting and looking for an auditor that's non-approved. So they did a good job, so that's the only comment I have. I think it's a good thing.
He was very visible and he was accessible. Any more comments, discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same, carried, thank you. Appreciate it. Now we go back up to, we have 2 more items to vote on.
Yeah, there's 2 people. Unfinished business.
Yeah, 5. Change my paperwork on me here, okay. Number 5, unfinished business, consider ordinance 2017-02 to adopt changes to the municipal charter pursuant to the home rule provision of the official code of Georgia with regards to section 3.22, powers and duties of the city manager. This is our second reading of that, correct? And we'll vote on it tonight.
That's correct.
Okay, do I hear a motion? Did we accept this, adopt these changes?
I make that motion.
I have a motion by Councilman Skeen. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? Hear a second?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that was close. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Voted, same, carried, thank you. That one like you got knocked out. Next one, consider ordinance 2017-04 to adopt changes to the municipal charter pursuant to the home rule provision of the official code of Georgia with regards to section 2-17, removal of officers. We're going to take action on this tonight. Do I hear a motion with
Make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
a motion by Councilman Lawson? Do I hear a second?
I second.
I have a second by Councilman Skeen. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, carries. Thank you. New business, AMI water system. This is what we had our discussion about last night.
Mr. Mayor, I'd just assume defer the conversation regarding the water meters. Mr. Watson has business to attend to, and Mr. Cox is not here. We could have a special call council meeting regarding both wastewater and the AMI water systems.
Okay. So we're going to postpone, well, we had a good discussion last night about it, really nothing else to discuss on, so we're going to postpone that to the next meeting?
Yes, sir, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay, we're going to postpone the AMI water system, and I do encourage everybody to come on the workshop so we can discuss it a little more. Next item, consider appointment of, we did something out. I think that's pretty much everything. We're going to get through this one pretty quick. Okay, council report. Council report, we're going to ask Council Mayor Pro Tem Lawson. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I did have, and I normally don't do this, so I say to them, it's not so much in leaving earlier, some issues with the state of Georgia in Darien was planned, the Historical Society, and I promised to be there in oops, both times almost collide, so I apologize. It looked like we're going to make it through in time. Just brief in my announcement, like I say, about the parade coming up December. We have 2 months to plan for that, so we hope that goes well. We did have lively discussion about the water, and eventually we are going to have to bring that public. Thanks to the manager and this council, we're going to be upgrading, and it's going to help a lot of people in some ways, and there may be some changes in the water bill. For some, it's going to be lower. Some might be higher. Because some of the meters we have, and I particularly asked the manager to get me some of the old meters that's rusted out that's still functioning. So we saw one of them at a state meeting, about $1 billion worth of city and county government in, and our manager was picked out of all of them to do a demonstration on city water and sewer. So that turned out great. So I'm hopeful that we can educate the community what's coming down the line that's going to be good for the city and going to be better in the long run. But we need to educate it. If you get a bill, whatever it is now, and you see it increase, it's not so much that we're trying to make more money. You had a meter that was there for what, 20, 30 years, 40 years ago. We put in state of the art that really will help families in a big way. Even if you run your water too long, emergency system, modern technology with Georgia Power can even call your home, perhaps even save a life. So we'll talk more about that later, but the few minutes I have, I just want to reiterate that. And I think the city is going in the right direction. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Skeen.
I'll be brief. Last night was full house. And we heard it from all sides. We heard loudly, we heard quietly. We sat here and we answered every single question that y'all asked, or the people that was here asked. It is, for me, it is tremendous to see the people that care so much about their home, their street, their city. But, caring and getting involved is a big thing. I think pretty soon we have a opening coming up on our planning and zoning. And we heard from some wonderful people here last night. So I think, for me, I would love to see that crowd every meeting we have, because there's things, we're growing as a city. I mean, we are growing. If you look around, you see these houses being built, whether they're, built for a bed and breakfast or a motel or whatever. We're growing. And our citizens, our people, our town deserve the very best that we can give it. And I think our people, especially the people here last night, the passion on both sides. When we get involved in this government, when we get involved in this council, when we get involved in this zoning and planning committee, it means a lot. And I do thank y'all. I do thank y'all, and I do care about our city and love our city like all of you do. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Shaw.
That was my point, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
ma'am, but we have to stick with just council members. Sorry about that. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to thank the citizens and those who thought of me to continue on serving as a council member. This is my year for election, but thank God, unopposed. So I just want to tell you thank you, and I want to continue to serve the community, serve the people to the best of my knowledge and the best of my ability. Just want to let you know too also that I'm not going to say the same thing others say because it's going to leave it as Mandy, thank you for getting with those that you needed to touch base for that Christmas parade, because I think the kids look forward to it and it's a good thing for them. Also, I always visit the Ida Hilton Library, and they have good things going on for their children and people. A lot of times we have a lot going on with our lives, but children sometimes need that balance. They need to know that there's something out there for them to learn educational-wise. So I advise you to take your children and visit the library, because she's always upgrading, doing things. Ms. Barbara Sorton is doing a good job at the library. And Halloween's coming up. Be safe. Make sure you watch out for the candies and make sure there's nothing there unusual cause. And also, second Saturday, want to let Stacy know she's doing a good job with second Saturday. Was a good turnout this Saturday. Rain tried to come, but God held it back. So she's doing a good job. Our city is blooming, is coming to where we need to see more activities going on. So keep up the good work, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, right mine. First off, I want to thank County Attorney Ed Papa, Libby, and others from the Methodist Church and the Methodist Youth, and our city manager. We all got together and went out to Veteran Memorial Park and spread a good bit of the mulch. So it is a good bit closer to being ready to have a ribbon cutting there and get it open for our youth and all. As Councilor Shaw has already said, Halloween's coming up. Let's look out for our children on the road. Again, I want to thank our Chief Howard. His department always does an excellent job patrolling and keeping the traffic and all down. I'm going to have to ask Miss Mandy to correct me on this one and give me times and all, but I think we have business after hours coming up tomorrow night. Thursday night, and that's going to be
At the Idaho Library from 5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7. Okay, so I encourage you to get out this business after hours and meet people and socialize and network. Now, I do thank you for that. I really want to thank you again, and everyone's helping me for the Christmas parade. It does my heart good to see it. I haven't seen much advertisement. We got our fall festival coming up. So let's try and get the advertisements out and let's get the word out. And also, when you come across that bridge, be careful with traffic and all. City manager, you have a report?
I do. In fact, as y'all well know, the devil's in the details. And the details are as follows. If you read the state of the city, I'm about to begin to follow up on these things, whether it be downtown parking, whether it be police cars, or whether it be infrastructure requirements that we have. The devil is in those details. That will determine the quality of life here in the city. When you turn on the water, you want it to come on, you want it to be pure, you want it to be right. Those things come as a cost. Police protection comes at a cost. However, there are some upgrades that we do need to make, and not only do I come to the council with problems, but I also hopefully come back to them with solutions as to what we need to do. So I think you can anticipate over the next couple of months a variety of solutions to a variety of problems that have either have been that have not been addressed in the past, and they're beginning to get addressed. And I think we're moving forward with the Progressive Council. Our attorney works very closely with me and tells me what I can't do. I rarely get an answer of yes, you can do that. Very fair as to what's going on. Chamber's got some good things. Everybody's got good stuff. It's just becoming a cohesive unit and getting things down. But I would say that these costs that are going to be coming up with police cars, infrastructure, etc., they will cost us. By no means gloom and doom. However, the fact of the matter is that they have to be addressed, regardless of we want to address them or somebody else will address them before us and tell us what to do and make us do it. So those are the things. But overall, the little things like the playground that the mayor was talking about, Methodist Church, those kids got out there, worked hard. The mayor did. It's the same kind of people that came together during the storm. So with all that being said, is that y'all show up to these meetings and you can figure out what's going on, how it's being handled. Go ahead and get a copy of Ms. Russell's paper, read up on the state of the city, and see what we need. Kathleen, you got extra copies? There you go. She'll sell me all day long.
You can't get home delivery too?
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Speaking of the storm and all, I want to briefly say that our street department and everybody is doing a great job cleaning up from it. And also we have an employee who with us, I think 9 years, Ms. Sharon Turner, in the water department. She went on to other careers, so I guess so we want to thank her for the time and dedication that she gave us here with the city. City Attorney, you go.
Yeah, briefly, Mayor Hodge, I want to thank you for lining up the opportunity for Ed Popple and I to go speak to the fifth graders at Todd Grant Elementary. We met with Ms. Brooks, and a group of fifth graders met with us. Ad went as county attorney, I went as city attorney. And let me tell you, sometimes we think that, what are we going to do when we get older? Who's going to take care of our society? That was a sharp group of fifth graders. Mr. Popple and I actually looked at each other at one point. One of the fifth graders raised his hand and said, "What branch of government do you serve in?" Oh, these are fifth graders. I mean, these were sharp kids. Thank you for that opportunity. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed Ms. Brooks having us. She made us feel very welcome. A sharp group of kids. And my favorite festival of the year is coming up before our next meeting, Fall Fest. That's a great time. Everybody come out and check that out. Wonderful time. I know that it's being all over Facebook and so forth, but I want to put a plug in for it. It just happens to be my favorite one. And Mayor, I want to close by saying that we had a lively discussion last night. And, that's democracy in action. And that's, we live in a municipality, in a locality where we let people do that. Everybody came in last night. They were spirited. They had their opinions. They were well informed. And that's how government works. And I've seen some countries, and I've even seen some states in this country where they wouldn't allow you to do that. So we encourage that, and we heard you. I'll guarantee you, we heard you last night. This elected folks and their calls to me, we heard you, and I want to appreciate everybody for participating in a democratic society like we did last night. That's what it's all about.
I just got one question. You said that was your favorite festival coming up? Well, Mandy is looking for people to be in the Duncan group. Would that be you, along with the mayor and myself, in that Duncan group?
I've been in it before. I'll do it.
We get a city manager there and make plenty of money.
Yeah,
all my money. I do want to echo one thing you did say, that the Todd Grant, it was government week in school, and Todd Grant, myself and Mayor Pro Tem Lotson went on Monday. We had a mock city council meeting, and it went real good. And then I got all my people all twisted and turned, but Tuesday, I think, was George Trexler, Chief Trexler, brought over someone from the Sheriff's Office. Wednesday, the Army was supposed to show up, but anyway, Thursday, Judge Webster went over, and then Friday, City Attorney Brown and the County Attorney had Papa went over, and Ms. Brooks said the kids really enjoyed it and everything. So, and I do want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I want to thank you for coming last night. If I said something to upset you, I apologize, but this is all, as he said, democracy. So let's always stand for the pledge and kneel for the Lord, and get along with each other. Am I correct? There's no executive session?
No, sir, not unless you call it.
Did I hear a motion we adjourn?
I'd like to ask a question before you adjourn. You talked about the storm, and I was wondering when you were going to start, the cleanup. It's been over a month.
Yes,
now.
ma'am, they're already working on it. They've been working on it. We don't have that big of a department. And if you notice, there's extra trucks out on the roads now that belongs to another company that's just coming in. The storm was just so bad this year. This time.
Mr. Mayor, also, I talked with the county attorney today, and we're forwarding him a letter, and the county is entering into a contract. The county is entering into a contract to pick up the city debris as well.
Okay. But there is extra trucks on the road now. Okay, I have a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second? Second, we can't let it show. All in favor of motion, meeting adjourned. Thank y'all.